Welcome to Bridging Healthcare with Bridget. Kindly subscribe, like, and follow this channel. Hit the bell so that anytime I make a post, you will be the first to know. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to my channel. How have you been? This is Bridget, Bridging Healthcare with Bridget. How have you been? How's work been? Have you been studying? Have you improved on yourself since the last time? Have you watched all the other videos? Are you a better person? Are you a better healthcare worker? All right. In this channel, we talk about healthcare and social care, how to be effective at your job. Today, I've come with another interesting topic. The topic for today is communication. Communication. In any field in life, in any field at all, any profession, you must communicate. Business, work is all about communication. And today, we're going to discuss the two different types of communication. So get your pen, get your paper, and let's get going. Now, I'll start by way of definition. What is communication? Communication is an act of interacting or exchanging ideas with other people via a channel. So can you see there are 5 different things in communication? Is an act of exchanging ideas with people via a channel. So what are the components of communication? You have the giver of the communication, you have the receiver, that's exchange, right? Making two. And then you have what is communicated, right? Then you have the channel of communication. And then you have response. So without these 5 components, communication is not complete. So communication is only complete when there's a giver of an information, that is exchange, and there's a receiver of that information. And then there's a channel through which that information is transferred. And there is that information, which is the main thing, right? And then there is a response. So without the 5 components, communication is incomplete. So if you are speaking and you're not getting a response, it is not communication. It is not communication. Communication is you speak, I respond, we understand each other. So the channel for communication must be a channel that is understandable by both parties. Okay? The information, which is the basis for the communication, must also be understood by both parties. So the giver must be able to communicate that information to the receiver in a way that the receiver understands. And the receiver is supposed to be able to give a response that commemorates an understanding of that information. In health and social care, communication is key. So you come into a client and you tell the client, would you like me to make you a cup of tea? And this client is Indian, does not speak English, does not understand English. And you said, would you like me to make you a cup of tea? That information is as empty as it can be. Why? Because the channel of communication is not proper. So you are saying something that is making sense, but the sense does not get to the other person. It does not channel to response. And so communication is incomplete. For a lot of healthcare workers, poor communication is what makes our job very difficult. Communication is the bedrock of healthcare. Because even if a client says, I need my medication, you do not understand the client's language. Now you went to bring juice. It will get the person upset. And before you know it, your job is not done properly. Therefore, effective communication is key in health and social care. There are 2 types of communication. There is the verbal communication and there is the non-verbal communication. In communication, people express their thoughts, their feelings, their ideas, and it comes through spoken, written word via language, and there's a non-verbal communication, which is facial expression, gestures, body language, posture. All these things we're going to talk about in this very short video. So I'm going to start with the verbal communication. People use verbal communication to express themselves in many ways. So that is where language comes into play. So people speak, so they're able to say what they want. That is verbal communication. I would like to have a cup of tea. Now you will respond. How do you want your tea? Do you want it strong? How many sugars? Can you see that there's communication going on there? So speech. What are the content of communication? What are of verbal communication? There are some things that are attached to it. I will call it the babies. What you use to understand verbal communication. Language is number one. So when people speak a language and you understand it, tone. So somebody can say, leave this room. And somebody can say, leave the room. The tone is different. You know when one is upset and one is not upset. Pitch. So some people's pitch are high. No! You know that person is upset. And that's why when you are communicating, you must watch your tone. You must watch your pitch. Because if your pitch is too high, it may come off to the person as maybe you're upset. And if your tone is also too strong, it may come up to the person that you're upset. Another thing is volume. You need to project, but you shouldn't shout. Even if somebody has hearing issues, you shouldn't shout. You can project, but you shouldn't shout. So all these things are the things that make up effective communication. So you can be communicating, and if, for instance, you are speaking the language the person understands, but you're speaking it in a very strong way, it will come off wrongly. Somebody can say, keep quiet. You are making noise. And someone can say, will you keep quiet? You see, there are two different tones, and will you keep quiet lands off wrongly, and keep quiet lands off rightly. So we all need to check our tone. When you are talking to your client, you need to check your tone. Even if you're upset, learn to take a deep breath and then come with a better tone. Now, I will speak about nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is a way of communicating without using words. So even though it's nonverbal, it's communication without using words. So I'm going to talk about body language. Of course, we have eye contact, and writing. Writing is a nonverbal form of communication, and it can be very effective, So I'll start with body language. So the way you present yourself when you get to a client matters. Some people come in with a smile. Hi, how are you? That person will be more open to explain to you when your body language it probably tells the person the kind of person you are. It makes people either welcome or close up on you. It affects the response, So body language is important. Posture is important. Somebody is talking to you. How are you listening to the person? Are you listening in a way that, say what you want to say? Or somebody is trying to tell you this thing you did, I didn't like the way you did it, and you're already squeezing your face. The person will see you as a very rude person. But if you are open, standing open to receive the information without waiting to just defend yourself. Some people, they are not listening. You're talking, they're like, you're not listening when you're shaking your head. Those are very wrong signals that you are sending to your clients. Next thing is eye contact. When you're talking to people, do you look them in the eye? Or do you somebody is talking and you're looking away? Now, in some cultures, looking in the eye can be disrespectful. And in some cultures, not looking in the eye is disrespectful. That is why you need to understand the person you're dealing with, the client you're dealing with, the person you're communicating with. That will help you to know if looking in the eye is respectful to them or not. In all, the way you do it matters. The way you do what you do, how you roll your head, how you flip, how you talk. Do you tap your fingers? Are you pointing fingers? Some people, they are talking, they are pointing fingers. It's very hard. It makes people withdrawn. It closes up. If you want to pass information, it closes up that gap. Therefore, in health and social care. Communication is number one. Guys, watch this video over and over again. Communication skills are very critical in every area of life, most especially in health and social care. Improving your communication skill require understanding the difference between the verbal and the non-verbal, understanding the information you want to communicate, understanding the language, understanding the body language, and understanding the person you're communicating with. This in all will make you effective. It will make your job better. Trust me. It will make your job better. I have seen it time and time again. Even when somebody is angry, the way I respond with my words, look for the best words to use. Look for the most appropriate words to use. Those things count. I hope that this video has been able to help. And I'm very open to answering any questions you may have. This is Bridging Healthcare. Remember, subscribe, like, share. This information is coming for free, and I'm happy to give it anytime, any day. Thank you very much to all my returning subscribers. The house is growing. We're still in our baby years, but I am very excited about what is happening. So don't forget to like, share, comment, ask your questions, and if you have any questions, put it for me and I will do my best to respond. Thank you very much. Do have a blessed one and all the best. Cheers. Bye.